5, 4, 3, 2. Yo, what up, good fam? You are now tuned into the
BHURDE podcast,
a new platform for free thought, real exchange, and positive change. Branded together, all to empower
you. Because over here, you know that to be real and to be felt, you must first be heard.
I'm Hype Walton.
I'm Dom Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
What's up, Hype?
We back.
Okay, don't break the mic, bro.
Oh, the mic don't break me.
It sure is.
Oh, the mic don't break me.
Low key, it is gonna break you.
Oh my God, man! Just to hit play, man.
You feeling good?
Oh my God, yo, I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling grateful. I said my prayers.
Yes, you got your gold chain on today.
We on the flex. I'm feeling good, man.
You got your bun in? Okay,
oh, yeah,
I see you.
I see you.
It's gonna change 3 more times. Y'all watch.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh my God.
We got some special guests though.
We do. Some real near dear special guests in my heart, man. And for the first episode of season 2, gotta bring them in, man. Dom, who we got?
We're gonna let them introduce themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Take it away.
Well, I'm Denzel Mooney, and this is my brother Marcell, and we're here with Purvasive Fashion Group LLC.
Yes, sir.
Young new clothing line coming out of Baltimore, Maryland. So check us out.
Hey, Baltimore.
Indeed.
Don't start.
They tiptoeing in.
She tiptoeing in.
They came down 95 to mess with us.
They
dog.
did.
They came down 95 for us, man.
They did. They came to our town.
I like it though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I'm not from this town, but you
You
know.
like how we've been treated out here, though.
Yes. I'm
Yes.
glad you guys are here. Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Thanks for driving through the tunnel and everything.
Definitely. Yeah. Appreciate it.
This is how we start off season 2 real right.
Yes.
This is how we start off season 2.
So,
real right.
why do we have them here? I mean, what are we talking about today?
Well, I mean, like I said, real special guests, real near and dear to my heart because, especially with everything that's going on with the crisis and the pandemic, and it's still a chance to prevail. It's still a chance to do some good to, big yourself up still,
Right.
not just for yourself but for others,
Definitely.
Me and Mooney got history for sure, but beyond that,
Definitely.
I like their mission. And the fact that they're not just a clothing line, they're on a mission, gotta bring it through, But I'm gonna let Denzel speak some more on that, man.
Hey, we just honored to be here again. We Purvasive Fashion. It sounds weird when you first hear it, but
Yes.
it's changing the narrative on the word pervasive. It's generally spelled Pervasive.
Stop stealing my questions. I was going to ask you.
Hey, you gotta ask fast. we like to move. We like how it works around here. Go ahead, I'll let you ask.
No, go ahead. So, most people, first of all, when you see the word, you're like, wait. First, I don't even know that word, right?
Uh-huh.
Second, if I look it up, it's going to correct the spelling.
Right.
So,
Right.
why did you change the way that it's spelled?
So pervasive, typically spelled with an E. It's a negative connotation around it. It's to spread negatively throughout a large area or a large group of people. But we wanted to change that, so we put the U on it because it starts with you.
Yes,
and
it starts with you.
It's about changing the narrative. You might not have had, a say in the beginning. You didn't get to choose your parents. You didn't get to choose your background. You didn't get to choose where you were from. But throughout your life, you go to school. You get educated. Your job is to learn and take over. And change the narrative. Whatever you didn't like about your childhood, whatever you didn't like about your circumstance, you had the opportunity to change it, and that's what we represent here.
I
I
love
don't know if you want to
that.
add anything, bro.
Said it perfectly, bro. Said it perfectly.
So, how long have you all been in business? When did you all meet to get the business on and popping?
Well, first, we met in college. We both went to Lincoln University.
Okay, all right, LU.
Yeah.
Lincoln Pride,
So right after we graduated, I wanted to start a clothing line, and I bought the idea to them in 2013, actually. And at first, it was a different name, and we were just trying to, get our feet wet in the fashion and trying to figure things out. So we ended up taking some time off because it didn't like quite work out the way we wanted to at first.
Right.
You know, it was more so like just trying to do something for extra money. You know, it wasn't no true meaning behind it. So taking those few years off, it gave us the time to like really think about things and become legit with it. So you know, we changed. At first, it was Poem, product of my environment.
Okay.
And then we switched it.
Poem Life.
Yeah.
Poem Life. I used to see the hashtags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So then we ended up.
So that was the original plug.
Okay. All right.
Product of my environment. We were gonna, change that spin off there, but then we ended up doing our research and that name wasn't available, so it kind of put a hold on what we had going on. So we had to kind of go in the lab and restructure, rebrand.
They not new to this. They true to this.
No.
Palm been around for a minute. Y'all was doing that like.
I think we came
started
out
in 2013.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We did it for like a year, some change.
About a year.
Okay.
And then we just had to
put it on the shelf for a little while. Had to legitimize, get our LLC solidified, get our tax ID, and get our trademarks on the
Had to make it
legit.
legit.
And make sure, if you got a good idea, you want to make sure it's yours, it's your baby. You got to nurture it. So,
Yeah.
For sure.
you definitely don't want to just hop out there and not, build a solid foundation. So we had to take the time to do that. But we back. We just launched a website, www.purvasivefashion.com.
You better plug your business.
On April 25th, we went live, and we've been doing pretty good. And we're just trying to keep getting the message out here because it's a lot of youth that need this.
Love it.
I like that. A lot of youth that need it, which I scrolled through your Instagram.
Research.
I had to do my job, right?
Yeah.
And I
Mr.
noticed
PFG, that's good.
I noticed that it is very uplifting. Like, I felt inspired. I was like, well, damn, I'm just looking at some pictures here. And every caption that you all have is a quote.
That's what it's for.
Yes.
I love that. Talk about the inspiration behind the quotes. How do they just come to you? Do you plan them out? What do you do?
Well, to start off, like, our logo has a meaning behind it. So when you go to the website and go to the About Me page, it breaks down everything about the name, the logo, and everything. So when I designed the logo, it was more so, for people that haven't read about it, it looks like it's like two P's connected to each other.
Yes.
But it's actually a P and a Q for positive qualities. And then the
They
crown,
so deep, y'all.
the crown. If you look at it, it's actually two M's. So his last name is Mooney, my last name is Marcell. So and then we spin it off to that for motivated mindsets, because you wear your crown on your head. So we felt like, everybody that wears a crown, you're either a king or a queen.
Yes, I sure am. Thank you so much.
So we want to make sure that our quotes are, symbolizing those things with whoever we're posting those pictures about.
I love that.
I love
that.
Told you, mission. They on a mission.
Listen, I'm telling you, I even had to write one of them down. Inspiring others is our superpower. That's the one. So I'm scrolling. I'm like, damn, that's good. Let me write that down real quick.
Marvel who?
Right.
Marvel who?
So, speaking on superpower, if inspiring others is the brand superpower, right? What is your individual superpower?
I'm an instigator. I'm just throw it out there. I'm an instigator, but I'm the good kind of instigator.
I was about to say, that's a little negative.
As a kid, my thing, I grew up in Baltimore. It's a tough environment. Gotta be firm, gotta be strong, gotta be a soldier to make it out.
Definitely.
You run into kids who some I have, some I have nots. Some I unfortunately was a have not, and you get picked at a lot, but you gotta kind of get through that, and I kind of just use that to
motivation. Motivation.
Like when it touches you, when you've been through it, when you live through it, you kind of just exude. I never want anybody to feel like I felt as a kid.
Yeah.
So everything I do, I want you to wake up this morning. I want you to feel like you're the greatest. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're an artist. I don't care if you if you just sketching and you just started out. I don't care if we on the podcast. If this is your first episode, we gonna be the greatest, and this is gonna be the start.
That's it.
We got a new clothing line, and we represent that, and we want everybody to just put your all into something and just change your story, whatever your dream is, chase that every single day, no matter what.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I see that that's why they made the logo, so intricate in the design and in the symbolism, but they want that message to still prevail through that.
It's
like,
very well thought out.
Yes,
I love
absolutely.
it. Well, what's your superpower?
I would say my superpowers would have to be bringing the best out of people. I thrive on, seeing people be great, serving their purpose in life. A lot of people, they go through life and don't ever understand what their purpose is, so it is, I feel like, in my shoes, I've been through a lot as well. I went through brain surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so going through that transition, I started to realize a lot. And it's people that have called me just to get a word of advice or to help them out of a situation. And I realized that was my purpose, and I used this brand to exemplify that as well.
Wow, yeah, for sure. I like that.
Crazy. Well, what's yours?
My superpower?
Yeah. I mean, we're not a part of the business or anything, but
We here together.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
That's it. My superpower.
Just being hype.
That's it. Just
the voice for the people.
Him being hype is actually how we got here.
Okay.
That's true.
To take it a step further.
That's true.
Let's talk about that.
I know the question hadn't been asked. I hate to steal
Look at you. Why is he trying to steal my job?
This is great conversation.
Excuse me. Please don't leave and go to him. Please don't leave.
And then recruit Denzel.
You out here interviewing? Hold up.
It's the ambiance. It's the energy in here.
Well, let's talk about how you all know each other, because you didn't go to Lincoln.
Nah.
So what's the connection? I need to know.
I was the lead in the department of a big medical data firm, and went from temp to perm 3 months. We started on a project. We needed to hire some folk out. Denzel was like the first resume that came across, and me and Barnes, shout out to Barnes.
Yeah, shout out to Barnes. Shout out my guy
Barnes. He was running it too. He was the lead analyst. And it was like a no-brainer. Like, we saw Denzel the first day and was like, yo, he's on the squad. And he thugged it out with us, but it was more than anything of just like, typical office, that's my man type stuff. It was like, anybody can see it just as you hearing it now in the podcast. This man has hunger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has hunger. He's not thirsty. He has legitimate hunger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was coming into work every day wanting to be fed, And if you weren't going to feed him, he was going to figure it out himself. He touched the laptop. He might not know like this specific program or anything, but he was like, yo, I'm on it. I'm going to learn it. And he was with it in a week, And we were shut in on a project, in the makeshift bill room.
Yes.
In the makeshift bill room where we were it was just me and him.
Sweatshop.
The sweatshop.
The IT sweatshop.
Yeah. But it was crazy because it was just like how we made this our safe space. That was what I did. and for the company, I made that we needed to crank out 500 laptops in a week or something crazy,
what?
Every week. Yeah,
the quota was ridiculous, and that was kind of our way to. We just lock ourselves in that room, and it's a lot of work. But his energy, my energy, we two hungry black men trying to make it in corporate America. So we kind of just clicked, and his ideas turned into crazy brainstorm sessions, and here we are today. It's crazy. He has this platform, and now we have this brand, and the whole thing is divine, if you ask me.
I agree.
That just sent me chills.
His crazy ideas.
God,
they really do. But I feel like that's just who you are, right? You told me your superpower is being hype.
It's just being me.
I don't think it's about you being hype, right? I think it's about you bringing people together. I didn't know you,
Dom
right?
is my buffer for a reason.
She reading you right now. She reading you right now.
I can't. Dom is my buffer, man. You got it? Yes, ma'am. Go, sis.
I mean, it wasn't. You
got it, yeah.
I didn't go to school with you.
You didn't.
I didn't know you in high school. I didn't know you in elementary school. But the people that we know collectively have all known you through those different periods of time. And that's how we came together.
That is, absolutely.
Just that simple.
Absolutely.
And you just called me one day, hey Dom, you want to do a podcast with me? Like, what?
She was I was running material past her, because she's a writer. So I'm like, what you think about this? She's like, oh, da da da. But I'm like, you know, it's like when you giving reviews to a person that you like trust or whatever like that, you think you're gonna get like a certain type of feedback.
Right.
You know, it's nothing for somebody that don't have skin in the game. Right. But when somebody's actually like, you know, precise on it, that was dumb. So I immediately was like, yo, you gotta do this with me, yo. You gotta do this with me. And she was down from day one, and I told her we gonna go places. You know, thank God we here. So
I mean, we've been rising ever since.
Yeah.
Black positive entrepreneurs. What do you think has been easier or harder during this time, having to get your brand out there to the people?
I feel like it's easier for us to engage people because not too many people are really doing anything right now. You know, usually on the weekends and usually during the week people are not home.
Yeah.
During the weekends, everybody's doing something. If you going out at night, whatever the case may be. But a lot of the times, more and more people are just home, not really doing anything. So we have that opportunity to use those platforms to reach out to those people. The hardest thing is, to me, I would say on my end for our business is being like some of our manufacturers, being that this is going on, there's not too many people that are actually working in the manufacturing that we're using. So things are taking a little longer to get out. And you know, a lot of people have this thing that they say, like, you know, black entrepreneurs or black business owners, they do things on their time, they slow with it, and it's hard for us to try to get out of that when we're using certain people for our products, and it's not getting out in that timely manner that we would like. So you know, but people have been patient with us, so and that's a good thing.
You gotta be.
And as long as you're understanding of the situation. 'Cause some people be like, well, I spent my money, I want my product.
And it's definitely forcing us to think outside the box, since we ran into that problem, we had to switch things up. You know, our mantra's already changing the narrative, so we ran into that issue, and we had to look into local distributors, to make sure that we could have our product on hand, so that we run into an issue where our fulfillment center doesn't have proper staff. That's not necessarily restricting us from getting people there for the product, so that we can, if we gotta hop in the car and come meet you, we'll do that. If we gotta, mail it to your house, we'll do that. We just here to get the brand out and make sure our customer experience is amazing.
By any means necessary.
Absolutely, I like that. The fact that you still got customers regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, that's a big up in general, you know what I mean? Like, because, the support black business movement is, like, super real right now.
So I was about to say that.
Yeah. I know you guys getting an increase of that. Like,
for sure.
It's been a good look.
If there's ever been a time for you to be a black-owned business, it's now.
It's now, right?
Everybody's looking to support blacks are, of course, looking to buy only black, and you got your whites who are looking to support Black Lives Matter in every way. So I mean, you have all cultures, but it's not just about blacks. Although that's our story, mine and Marcell's, being black and growing up and changing our narrative. It's all cultures. Everybody can relate to pervasive fashion. You don't just relate just because you black and just because you overcame what I overcame, just because you overcame brain surgery, or just because you overcame growing up from Baltimore and not having much. And if you're Hispanic and you grew up in poverty, you grew up white, you have your things that you go through every day. I want you to know that you can resonate with us, and we're not discriminating because you're not black. No, we understand, and we want you to know that you are king too. And you're a queen too. And that you can be. And
that's one thing you said. If you're Hispanic, if you're white, that's one thing I think we fail to realize as just the people in general. Yes, we all have our different experiences, but once you get down to the root of things, we're all similar, right? And so my superpower, as an educator, I try to get all of my students to see that, right?
I'm sorry we ain't asked you.
It's okay.
We owe you that.
I'm the one asking the questions.
I was about to say, she's running the show, so she got it.
It's okay.
That was a good segment.
But no, right? Selfishly, I sort of made it a point to only teach in predominantly black schools, right? And some may see that as, a negative, but
some,
but for me that was really important, because I wanted to make sure that kids who look like me understand that the world is not just about what's within those four walls of the classroom, what's within that community that they live in. Especially in urban environments, a lot of time kids don't get the chance to go outside of that, right? They only see what they see, and they believe what they believe in that place. But as an educator, it's really important for me to take them outside of that neighborhood, outside of that school building. Okay, there's so many other things you got to think about. You got to think about tests. You got to think about, all these other stuff. You're going to miss class time, so on and so forth. But for me, it's more important for me to give you those outside experiences so that you can become a well-rounded individual. And outside of class, you talk. Think about when you're in the lunchroom. You sit down and you talk with everybody, right? So if I take you on a field trip, right, or a well-rounded individual, and outside of class, you talk. Think about when you're in the lunchroom. You sit down and you talk with everybody, right? So if I take you on a field trip, right, or if I take you all the way to Paris, because that's happened.
People to Paris?
Yeah, that's happened.
That's bossed up.
As a 5th grade teacher, yes.
I want to go back to 5th grade. I want to go back to 5th grade.
I didn't organize the trip, right? I didn't organize the trip, but
I got a passport.
Yeah, the school that I worked at, that was something that was important to the executive director. Right? We had similar, which is why I taught at that school. You know what I'm saying? I strategically look for places where there are people in leadership who share the same views that I share, right? So taking the kids outside of Brooklyn all the way to Paris.
Crazy.
These are, students who barely go to Manhattan. Haven't even been to the Empire State Building or the Statue of Liberty. So you take them to an entirely different country with a strange language. You get to expose them to something that is going to set them up for the rest of their lives, right? And at the end of the day, the kids end up realizing, you know what? You're not that different from me. We're actually all the same. We have the same experiences. So instead of me trying to battle with you or fight with you or bully you, right? Let's just work together for the greater good.
And that's so important.
Absolutely.
Because you don't realize how many kids haven't been outside of their neighborhood, so they don't know that everybody's kind of going through the same struggle.
I mean, and that's just like the business aspect for anybody. Like say for instance with us, growing up, our parents always told us, go to school, get a good job, work for this company, make that money. They never told you to invest. They never told you to start your own company. They never said these things to you. So it took for us to think outside of the norm to say, why can't I do that? Like, why I gotta wear their clothes? Why can't I make my own clothes?
There you go.
You say taking it out of the norm. I just think it's the new norm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I just think it's the new norm. Like this is how, you know what I'm saying? Like this is how we should have been operating
the entire time.
The entire time, bruh. I'm cool.
But we did. You didn't wear hobo.
Yeah, but
you didn't wear shooters.
We're the exception though, Dom. Like with your journey through as an educator, just specifically for the black schools and stuff like that. For that, you got other teachers. What's that teacher program in DC? And they hire minority teachers and
Teach for America.
Teach for America. You know what I mean? Like they
don't hire minorities. I mean,
as
I'm not gonna go. Never mind.
You know what I mean?
I won't share my.
They hit a nerve. But like they put them inside of schools like the Blues and the Easterns and stuff like that. I feel like the new wave of this. Support black business, everything black, everything, fist up. That should just be normal. Like it shouldn't just be support black business. It should just be support business. You know what I mean? Like the whole categorizing it just to try to make it like a trend. I don't like that. Because everybody, I feel like, Dom as an educator, y'all as a clothing line, but so much more. That just boxes it. It just puts it under a tent. Right? It kind of caps it just at like urban development almost, you know what I mean? But the quality, the mission, and the integrity behind the businesses don't change. You know what I mean? So it's like support business, support my business. You know what I mean?
So what is it going to take?
Every Thursday, I'm posting Black Business Thursday. All of the great black businesses we have in the area. Event Brothers, you know. We have Muddy T, HH Muddy T. We
list
have
them out.
Jiggy
List
by
them
Jiggy.
out.
We have Laissez Faire. We have Lay Fair, my boy up in Philly. We have all of these brands out here that you know everybody's finding their lane. Like if you can support somebody, support them and fully support them. Don't ask for a discount.
I was about to ask you that. Not literally stealing my questions.
I'm sorry.
I mean, always run into it.
You talk about that, right? The people who want a discount, like, what do you say to them? You know,
you don't walk in the Foot Locker and ask them to mark down the shoes that's on the shelf.
How about it? Unless it's defective, because I've done that at Marshall's.
Unless it's defective,
there's a little mark.
That's different.
We'll hold you down on pervasive.
You marking down the clearance joint? Like this?
I mean, I'm a teacher.
Clearance on clearance.
The joint already on sale.
I
got another scuff.
Don't do Marshall's like that. If you want to sell it to me, if you want me to pay full price, it needs to be intact.
That's true. That's true.
Try the shoe on and get a crease. And
Go to the register. I ain't feeling this.
This top button
somebody already wore
it. Yeah, you, sir.
They give you 10% easy.
Easy. Y'all are wild. I mean, but for real, that sound like a good move though to like mark down clearance. But yeah,
don't steal my strategy. Don't clown me and then steal it.
I'm gonna go slam them Ross.
Each one teach one.
They hear this, they gonna make it. Every business about to make this a part of their policy. They about to put it in their policy. The small print.
Don't say it. Don't let her into your Marshall.
You see this lady.
Did we just get her banned from Ross?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I prefer TJ Maxx anyway.
Ross, JCPenney's, Dom Jones is good. Her money is good.
Thank you. Well, back to cutting the black dollar. No, because I have a few friends who have businesses as well. And I'm not that person, right?
Name 'em.
So we have desserts for Daquan.
Hey.
We have pro cakes. Like I had my wedding, and for my wedding we only used black businesses, except for the venue, right? There are no black wineries in the area, at least that we could really find.
Somebody better start it.
Yeah.
Well. Maybe I should. I like wine. Maybe I should. I'll figure that out.
So we got Fried Daddy. We gonna have a vineyard.
Okay, don't bring Fried Daddy up.
I want Fried Daddy. Fried Daddy gonna be our fried food truck. We can't even. We gonna talk on
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. We don't need y'all support.
Your phone about it on him.
Yeah, right. No, but we did. So we didn't ask anyone for a discount, right? We had black photographer, videographers, catering, the cake, everything except for the venue. But what I was told, the very first person that I called for photography, a guy that I went to college with, his name is Ebe, great photographer. I believe he's a part of a group now called Purple People Media Group. It's really dope. Videographers. Yeah. But I didn't ask him for a discount. I was just asking him what the price was. And he said, listen, the first thing I want to tell you is don't skimp on these pictures, right? You're gonna call several people. He said, I know I'm the first one you call, and thank you for that. But I'm telling you now, if you're looking for the cheap way out, don't
do it.
Don't. I'm like, okay, that's great advice, right? So you do have some black business owners who are willing to, I don't want to say he lost business, but I didn't go with him because of what he said. He told me what he could offer. He told me what the price was, and I decided to go with someone else who was a whole lot more than what he was charging. But at the end of the day, the quality was better. It was more of what we wanted. Yeah. Right.
See, so, still reviewing it like a business, like a legit business.
Right. Yeah. But that's what I feel like other businesses do. And some people were like, well, why would he tell you that? Because now he lost you as a client. Well, but he didn't want to give me a product and then it'd be trash. It's not what I asked him for.
It's an honorable businessman.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
you have to, as a black business owner, I feel like you have to be honest with your clients as well, and that's why a lot of us don't support us because we don't trust each other.
Absolutely,
I'd agree with that.
But that's gonna change though. With the unity that we were talking about, that's gonna change though.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's gonna change.
I hope so. I mean, we just have to start being honest.
That's it,
right?
Yeah.
If you can't do something, or if I ask you a question and you don't know, just say you don't know.
Right.
And come back to it later. Or if you have somebody else who could do it better, drop the line.
I got a friend in New York. His name Isaiah. He has a clothing line, Kid Bully.
Okay,
And
shout out.
When I went up there, we sat down and talked about, the clothing, like the clothing industry.
Yeah.
And, I was telling him about how we're trying to get rid of a manufacturer, and whatever the case may be. I've had conversations with other black business owners about clothing lines. They be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know how to help you."
Wow.
But yet you're getting stuff in all the time.
Yeah.
That you don't want to share that because you think I'm trying to steal your business.
Exactly.
We sat there. He said, "Man, I got this manufacturer. I got this manufacturer. You can get an online account with this one. This would be the best route for you. This is good for the wintertime." And I'm just like, "Yo, I appreciate it." And we just exchange information. Because it's not about, me taking money away from you. It's about us getting to where we want to go, building each other up.
That's it. That's it.
It's about us working together.
Yes.
Right? That's the same thing with oh gosh, what's the girl's name? Her company is Mess in a Bottle. She's in Baltimore.
Okay.
Gosh, what is her name? And she just opened up a new shop. But anyway, she has been making t-shirts for a while now, and she now does like online classes. Before that, she was bringing people in to do like kind of workshops, and her whole goal is, if I have all of this information, why should I keep it to myself? Because at the end of the day, it's enough to go around. Why should I work hard? I guess not work harder, but I can't take on everybody. So just share the wealth.
Exactly. It's more than enough money out here.
It sure is.
Once it's the crab in the barrel mentality. Once we get rid of that, we'll 100%. Be straight, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not falling for the okie-dokie, the same old stereotype, man. Like a lot of stuff that's happening today, we going off of the old school rules, business laws and agreements that was made in 1940s and shit. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's fine. But that also gives us the understanding that we have more than enough room to be flexible with ourselves as a community. You know what I mean? You ain't got, you don't got to.
It's a new day.
Set the pick.
This pandemic has opened up everything. Like all the possibilities are really endless. Like social media is truly becoming a platform where people can get their message out. You don't have money for commercials or billboard ads. You have an Instagram account and you can pay for promotions now.
There you go.
And get your message out. Whatever you want to get out, you just have to stand on who you are. Like you said earlier, if you have a product, stand behind that product. And like you said, if you have a price, name your price.
That's it.
Let that person know what you can offer them. And if you can't offer them, be transparent about it and point them in the right direction. If you can't, then you can't, and that's perfectly fine. But don't try to be something that you're not. That's where we lose confidence in each other.
I mean, and that's real. It's just not falling. It's just not falling for the stereotype. I can't say it enough. And you said it well, Denzel, but I can't say it enough, man. It's like it's just understanding, like, you're running a business. Like if Dom was talking about her wedding, right? If she was inquiring about a specific service and they said, DM me, like, what? That's unprofessional. This is DM me for prices. Like, come on, yo, like, have your prices listed. It should be.
Why is it exclusive?
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't, if you're running a legit business, you know what I'm saying? The payment, the only transaction shouldn't be through Cash App. Have an invoice, you know what I'm saying? Like, represent yourself, like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like once people get more comfortable in understanding that part of it, they can flourish and be like, all right, we can have even exchange. Because the people that are doing it, the black business owners that are doing it correctly and that are exchanging, like the ones that I'm fortunate enough to sit at the tables with, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They don't sit in like, oh yeah, we black business owners. No, they sit at the table as business owners. They just understand that they black, and they respect that, and they move that way, and it's a beautiful thing.
So we talked about clothing, right? We talked about other vendors, photographers, other groups. What about black doctors, black lawyers?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Going to the
Essential
dentist.
workers.
Yeah, essential workers. Like, how often are we supporting them? Because it's here it's not as difficult to find those people.
True.
Or black doctors, lawyers, dentists,
therapists.
dermatologists, therapists. It's not as hard here.
Yeah.
But when you go to other places in the country,
true.
it's very difficult.
That's true.
So how do you all feel about strategically looking for people in those arenas?
I think we need more of them.
Yeah,
We definitely
honestly.
need more of them because I personally be tired of seeing how our black women, especially when they're pregnant, they go to the hospital to get ready to deliver these kids, and they're getting treated like nothing.
Yep.
You know, I've
Yep.
seen multiple videos of
Yep.
women that are in so much pain, but now like nobody cares, and oh, she's not in enough pain. She's fine.
Yeah.
She's
The next
fine.
thing you
She's
know
strong.
next thing you know, you got to make a decision. Do we save the baby or do we save your wife?
Yeah.
And now that's putting a hindrance on your family. So I feel like, especially in that portion of it, we definitely need more black doctors.
For sure,
Yeah.
we gotta push our youth to do that. We were talking about this on our trip down 95. That's the narrative that we gotta start to change. Like, I feel like as young black men, we look at TV and the people that you see are what artists.
Yeah.
They're singing or they're rapping or
Yeah.
they're
Athletes.
shooting, they're athletes. They're in the NFL, they're in the MLB, but you don't necessarily see too many black doctors on TV.
Yep.
You don't necessarily hear about too many black politicians. You don't necessarily, outside of Obama, you don't necessarily hear about all of the black men that are doing the jobs that nobody necessarily, it doesn't call for a camera. It
Yeah.
doesn't call for you to be in the face
said.
and you to
Well
get
said.
the glory, but that doesn't mean that you're not putting in work. It doesn't mean that you're not saving lives. And a lot of our kids, they just don't know how to get into those avenues. Their parents are growing, they're raising them and go to school and I want you to get a job, but they're not saying what job.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
saying, how do you feel about this field? How do you feel about this field? How do you feel about this field? They're not engaging the kid. They're just directing them based on their upbringing and and their experiences and their trauma. You know, but we got to do a better job at empowering our kids to do what they want to do, in addition to what we would like to see them do as
Absolutely.
parents.
Yeah.
I mean, taking flights to Paris, yeah.
Listen,
Taking trips
I sure hope
taking
that it
kids
was.
to Paris.
I hope that group
That'll
of
make me a doctor.
fifth graders.
Yeah.
Well, now they should be in high school at this point. I hope that they.
Well, when I have a kid, my kid's definitely coming to your fifth grade.
There it is. There it is. There it is. And see, Dom, man.
Well, now-
I mean,
now
my
I'm in
kid
eighth
too.
grade.
My
Now I'm
kid
in
too.
eighth
Our
grade.
kids are gonna be
My kids
underneath
definitely
Dom
got
for
their
sure.
parents.
I
Under her
can't teach them
tutelage.
all now. Hold on.
Teach them well, and
Listen,
let
I
them lead the
just, I
way.
just try to let them know, like you were saying, they don't know the opportunities, right? You ask. I always ask my students, what are you thinking about doing after high school?
Yeah.
Right? I don't even want to take it to what do you want to be when you grow up.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. Do any of them say that they want to be an entrepreneur or business owner, or do they all just name the regular jobs and stuff?
Some. But
Put
it
a
depends on
number on
it depends
some.
on their experience.
Put a number on some.
If I have a class of 28, you might get one or two.
That's
But
low.
that's based on their experience.
That's
or
low.
Have you
Alright,
ever
20
opened that door to talk to them about being entrepreneurs?
yes, all the time. So that's what we talk about, right? I set up projects after the state test because time is limited before
Right,
that.
right.
You got to teach to the test as much as you don't want to. I got to keep my job. But after that time is up, administration is very lenient. So I do projects with them where you can explore. If you had to have a business, what would your business be, right? What are we interested in as a class?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Everybody writes out whatever they want on the board. Okay, now I'm going to put you in groups. Y'all group yourselves together, do some research, right? That's one thing I've done in the past.
dope.
That's tough.
I've done we had to do like a cultural fair.
Yeah.
So all the classes were essentially doing like plays, but in my class, we're not doing a play, not writing a script. Here's what I want you guys to do. You all are in fifth grade, yes, but you're not yet familiar with all the college. Whenever I ask you about college, you're telling me Harvard, you're telling me Stanford, you're giving me Ivy Leagues, right? I want to go to Princeton. I said, okay. When I tell you about my school, you always tell me, I never heard of that. I said, well, have you heard of Howard?
HBCUs.
I think I heard of that school. Okay, so guess what we're going to do for our fair? You're going to do a college fair. And they had to do an HBCU college fair. They got in groups. They had to research. They had to do boards. And then all the other classes came to visit, right? And then I had Caribbean kids. So they realized, there's a college in the Virgin Islands that's an HBCU. I'm like, yes. Oh, I want to go there. Yeah. Well, go ahead on home, boo. Go home to your school and represent for your people. But it's all about exposing them. And as people, if you are in the same space with youth, it's up to you. It's your responsibility to experience or to expose them to those experiences. Yes, I have to teach what the school and the state tells me to teach, but that's not all I have to teach. It's a lot more work, but for me, it's a lot more rewarding to do it that way.
And you take that on. You take that on as a black teacher, you know. And that's amazing. You know,
we need more teachers doing that.
They definitely need that.
Seriously.
It's a good thing that's passing along now, just like with the resources that Dom has, the resources that a lot of other people have now, the directories that are being made for easier access to find the doctors and the lawyers and the teachers, you know, like Dom and stuff like that. Like that's one thing with this trend that I am grateful for, that it, you know, there was one point, what was like May or June, you could go before Juneteenth, like around Juneteenth, you could just go on Instagram and just see a list of black restaurants, black developers, black investors and stuff like that. Couldn't find none of that before. Couldn't find none of that before.
Well, didn't Beyonce put together
Black is King?
Yeah. Well, not Black is King, but Black is King. Now I watched it 5 times. I just have to. I've got plenty of notes on that.
If we're talking black owned, black business, support black business, ethered.
Well, she has a list now of different black businesses, right? I think there's a website. Not that she used in a film, just in general. Like, I don't know if I'm making that up, but I feel like I've seen that.
Oh my God.
I feel like I've seen that she has this list of different, almost like a green book kind of, but
really?
Yeah.
Beyonce?
Yeah. I mean, you said it like...
She's one of the goats.
She is the GOAT. She is the GOAT. After Black is King, she's the GOAT, yo.
Yeah. Oh, just after that? Not before? Nothing she did?
We ain't gonna get into that debate.
After Black is King, I mean...
I need the Bayhive.
We're not gonna talk about Coachella. We're not gonna talk about Coachella? Okay.
Homecoming she did.
For the Beehive.
Come on.
I don't want no smoke.
You better watch your mouth.
Hell no.
Homecoming was lit. She brought it to HBCU. She brought the experience on Netflix. That was dope. It was cool. You know, it was still, to me, it was still Beyonce. It was cool. But Black is King was just, what? Yo, like, everything was black. Like, everything was black. The makeup person, the person with the grip, with the boom mic, and everyone on set was black. I can't say that about Homecoming. I don't know how she did that.
Because you don't know.
Okay, I don't.
See, there we go.
I'm trying. She represents the Bayhive. I don't.
That's why I said.
Look, and they quiet. Let me chill.
Just put a pin in that. That's another episode.
Mooney and Marcell,
that's
just
another
they
episode.
stay in their lane. I need to follow suit.
I just want to let you know she put her hand on her hip.
I did one of these.
You gotta pay attention to details.
I love Beyonce. I love it.
Beehive related, just abort.
Just support mission.
When they start doing this and doing this,
you see that with the head.
You know what? You're right.
Shit.
I believe everything you
say.
Put
on for Beyonce and shit, man. Black is King. If you haven't seen it, Disney Plus, you need to watch it. Watch it with your kids. Make them watch it for themselves. It was amazing. I'm Beyonce. I love her. That's all I know. Support black business is real, because that whole thing was that was the anthem of support black business right there. The biggest artist in the world, and she didn't use nothing but her people.
She putting on.
Did I do good right there? Did I? Okay, see?
I'm gonna let you have it.
I think that was good.
I'm just gonna. I don't want to take it too deep, you know.
Okay.
We'll stop there.
I mean, Okay, all right. For the next episode, we're gonna do a whole.
Right, we need to do a whole Black is King. Now we need to do a Black is King, a Beyonce episode.
I just, yeah, okay.
We could do a Black in music. See, now we're getting off task. I need you to reel in. You see how
I do that though.
We could. We can do a Black music episode.
I'm down with that.
I found this new country girl. She's dope. Forget her name.
I'm down with that.
Anyway, I'll show you offline.
Okay,
guys.
I just like. I'm just. I mean, as you can see, I'm thoroughly like impressed with it because it was something that they said that no one can do. You know. You know even
who said no? Who said that?
I mean, like far as like including all black. You know what I mean? Like they did it for the Lion King. I mean, they did it for Black Panther with the all black cast and stuff. But we have to have this villain. Then we have to have the
I
the
feel
white,
like I don't think. I feel like Tyler Perry does that with everything.
I mean, it's still like
That's
a drip a little, it's still
That's
like a
different.
drip of other flavors in there. This one was just completely all us,
Some people say no.
I just hope everybody
on the Tyler
follows.
Perry.
That's different though. He in his own lane.
He is in his own lane, and then he used his own lane to make the largest studio, the largest recording studio in America,
in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, in Atlanta, on plantation ground. Yeah. Like and that's what I'm saying. Like I want, like mine was like Tyler Perry and Beyonce. I hope that us, as inspired as I am, but I hope that the next up and comers,
we take notes.
We take note and we do the same thing. I mean, I'm trying.
They showing us
that's
how to
motivation,
do
right?
It
there.
is super.
They showed that video of that entire place.
Yo,
I said, man, like you just set the bar high.
From the invitations that he was sending people. It was video. It was video messages like that came in like an envelope book, and you opened it, and it was Tyler Perry himself in his house or at the studio that he's gonna name you, and he's saying, "Hey, 50 Cent. Hey, Ludacris. I want you to come to the studio and check it out. Hey, Will Smith." Like he sent out hundreds of personal messages. That is a supreme flex, and the person that he did the invitations through was black owned.
He just did.
I hope that we follow suit with that,
He just did they just filmed a season of Sisters. That show. I think it's on BET.
That show is dope.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's like good bad, right?
I only like it because DeVal.
I love him.
DeVal
Speaking of black business, right? The ultimate black couple, just blackity black, doing it for me. I love DeVal and Kadeem. Hey, girl. I do like her. Okay, but they filmed on the lot. He had people come. Time out. Okay, I'm sorry. What happened? He had people come to the lot during COVID. They had to get tested or whatever. But all of those rooms in those houses are like real rooms.
Yeah, like so you could live there.
They all came there, stayed there, kind of like what the NBA is doing, right? In the bubble. They all came there, got tested, quarantined, waited for the results, and lived there on the studio, filmed the season, and then went home.
Awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Crazy.
That's awesome.
Take notes, everybody.
I'm trying. We trying. Even with this though, Dom. Like shout out to Boone, Donald Boone, and his company, Boxed Up, tryboxedup.com. He's the one that his company himself. I can't even say him because it was a straight transaction through his company. Okay. As a business, acquiring the equipment for today and everything. The merchandise that we go through, the Good Vibes clothing.
Shout out to Theo Jones.
Black owned as well too. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely trying to follow suit. Accordingly, like the Tyler Perrys and the Beyoncés, because that's, like I said, that should be the norm. That should just be how we live. Like it shouldn't just be we're going out and we gotta look in the directory or whatever. It should just be like, oh, I know black therapist. My home, I can get recommended. It shouldn't even be like I need a black graphic designer. It should just be I need a graphic designer, and the people that I'm telling it to Dom are all black on the list already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're an amazing people with amazing ideas.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be biased or anything. I just think we do it better.
Yeah.
No, let's be biased.
But we do though.
We do it better.
I mean, black girl magic and like they know it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of power that's not really discussed. You know, you do a lot, and it's kind of overshadowed, but you know, it's our time now. Like, if you got an iPhone, you got the most powerful tool in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, say that again. If you have an iPhone, because some of us don't have iPhones.
Well, I mean, if you
got a cell phone, you good.
Okay, all right. So if you have
a smartphone, you say cell phone, it might be a flip phone.
Right. If you let your flip phone go, finally.
Let's say smartphone.
Dom is hot today. She is hot.
You just have to let people know you don't have an iPhone. I mean, so you just can't do the same things we can do.
Look at my phone and your phone. We ain't doing this.
Back to your message.
So Android uses
my camera better than you.
Most powerful tool in the world.
There you go.
Either way, everybody has access to Google. Any question that you want to know, any information that you want to know, just type it into Google. The answer or some variation of the answer is going to come out. It's going to point you in the right direction. Don't just don't tunnel yourself down and thinking that you got to get it from a book, or you just gonna get all the information from school or college or your graduate program. Like, you're not gonna get all of the information there. You gotta dig and figure out research on your own. You gotta be relentless too. It's not gonna be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it's
there you
not.
go.
It's for the ones that's gonna work hard. So you gotta go get it.
Absolutely.
Y'all heard it first. Drop the knowledge for the entrepreneurs.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why I keep saying that we're gonna be good in the long run. We're gonna be good in the end. As long as we keep the transparency going, we get more comfortable as the entrepreneurs and as the creators that we are. Then the unity is just gonna follow behind it, because you're gonna be comfortable enough to sit at the table and know what you're bringing, because you know what the next man is bringing.
There you go.
It's the same thing that applies that when as we were in the department, at the company together. I didn't have to tell Denzel I'm coming back for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or it was just automatically already known. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told him then that I got you.
It's genuine love.
I got it. It's still there. The unity never left. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if everyone stays on that program, we're gonna progress like no other, yo.
I love it. Like no other. Keep the unity going.
Yeah. Pervasive.
Let's do it.
Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate y'all for blessing us with the episode, man. Anything y'all want to leave off with for the herd, for the people?
Yeah, check us out on Instagram. You can follow me at Mr. PFG. You can follow him at PFG_Mooch. You can follow our clothing line at Purvasive Fashion. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Definitely check out our website, purvasivefashion.com. We got new gear dropping in a couple weeks.
Okay.
We changing the narrative, man. All my black kings, y'all kings. I don't care what happened to y'all before.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what y'all been through. Rise, king.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no time than the better. My black queens the same. I don't care what y'all been through.
Yeah.
I don't care who said what. Be great. And
energy.
That's all.
Be great.
Yeah.
Black is king.
He said it all.
Hey.
Said it all.
Hey, man. Don, what you got, man?
They said everything that I was gonna say. He's trying to steal my job anyway. So
he did, yo, Mooney. Mooney might need to come back. Mooney and Marcell might need to come back.
If I'm ever feeling sick, you know who to call.
That's the unity, though. That's the unity.
I did have one thing.
Let's go.
The business, the aspect of it. A lot of people just want to use it to make money for themselves.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things that we're going to start doing, either want to say this school year or next school year, is we're going to pick a male and a female, basically scholarship winner.
Yeah.
We're going to do like $1,000 scholarship for a male, and $1,000 scholarship for a female.
Okay. That's dope.
So that way we can start giving back to those that need it, that trying to go
mission.
Take their education to the next level.
Right.
That's dope.
That's to a school of your choice as well.
Yeah.
So don't feel like we locking you in.
On mission. I love it. On mission. I love it. I want to thank y'all for stopping by again, man. I'm sure it won't be the last. I'll tell y'all when they fly through again. Gotta have y'all, man.
Definitely gotta do this
again. Thank y'all for
man.
Joining and becoming a part of the herd. Dom, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Great and awesome. Never stops. But yeah, you heard it first. Episode 1 in the books. Just keep tuning in for us. Dom, where do they find us? Where do they find us at?
You can find us on Instagram at BHURDE Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at BHURDE Podcast.
Oh yeah.
You can email us if you're feeling fancy.
Yeah.
BHURDEpodcast@gmail.com.
I love it.
And what else?
Merch coming soon.
And be true.
And be you.
And be heard.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.